Once upon a time in a small village in Ghana, there lived a boy named Kwame. He was the only child of his hard-working mother, Abina. Abina was a kind and gentle woman who toiled day and night to provide for Kwame, often going without so he could have what he needed. Despite her sacrifices, Kwame grew up to be a self-centered and ungrateful boy, taking his mother's love and efforts for granted. Kwame's behavior became a topic of concern in the village. The villagers often whispered among themselves about how he never appreciated his mother's hard work. He would demand new clothes, delicious food, and expensive toys without any consideration of the effort his mother put into providing these things. Abina's heart ached as she watched her son grow more selfish each day, but she never stopped loving him or trying to teach him right from wrong. One day, a wise old man named Kofi visited the village. Kofi was known far and wide for his wisdom and ability to solve even the most difficult problems. When Abina heard that Kofi was in the village, she decided to seek his help. She approached him with tears in her eyes and explained her situation. "Kofi, my son Kwame is ungrateful and does not appreciate anything I do for him. I am afraid that he will grow up to be a selfish man, unable to see the value in kindness and hard work. Please, help me teach him a lesson before it's too late." Kofi listened carefully and then nodded. "I understand, Abina. Bring Kwame to me tomorrow, and I will see what I can do." The next day, Abina brought Kwame to Kofi. The old man welcomed them with a warm smile and invited them to sit. He then turned to Kwame and said, "Young man, I have heard much about you. Today, I have a task for you. If you can complete it, I promise you will learn something valuable." Kwame, intrigued by the old man's words, agreed to the task. Kofi handed him a basket and said, "Take this basket to the river and fill it with water. Bring it back to me without spilling a drop." Kwame was puzzled but took the basket and headed to the river. He tried to fill it with water, but the basket, woven with large gaps, let all the water escape. Frustrated, he tried again and again, but each time, the result was the same. Hours passed, and Kwame grew tired and angry. He returned to Kofi, empty-handed and dejected. "Kofi, it's impossible. The basket won't hold any water," Kwame exclaimed. Kofi smiled gently and said, "Just as this basket cannot hold water, a heart filled with selfishness and ingratitude cannot hold happiness or love. You see, Kwame, your mother has been like the river, constantly giving, while you have been like the basket, unable to hold or appreciate her efforts." Kwame's eyes widened as the realization dawned on him. He looked at his mother, who had tears in her eyes, and felt a deep sense of shame. For the first time, he understood the sacrifices she had made and the love she had given him unconditionally. Tears streaming down his face, Kwame turned to his mother and said, "I am so sorry, Mother. I have been blind to your love and hard work. Please forgive me." Abina embraced her son, her heart filled with joy and relief. "Of course, my son. I have always loved you and always will." From that day forward, Kwame changed. He became a considerate and grateful young man, always mindful of his mother's efforts and the blessings in his life. The villagers noticed the transformation and praised Kofi for his wisdom. Kwame grew into a responsible and caring man, forever grateful for the lesson he had learned. He never forgot the wise old man's words and the powerful lesson of the basket and the river. And so, the village prospered, with Kwame and Abina's story serving as a timeless reminder of the importance of gratitude and love.